Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is JGOD. In today's video, we're going to focus on the fastest way to level up in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. There's actually a few different reasons I wanted to make this tips video related to gaining XP faster. Obviously, with the holiday season, there's an influx of brand new players, and the fact that they're going to be running double XP events on a regular basis, it's good to know all the different ways to level up as fast as possible. So throughout the video, I'm going to cover my best tips on how to gain that experience faster so you can level up as fast as possible and reach Master Prestige or whatever level you're aiming to get towards. Obviously, I'm going to do my best to include as many tips as possible, but in case I miss any and you think of another one, make sure you comment it down below so you can help that next person checking out this video. So one of the first tips is to actually play hardcore, and I'm not a fan of hardcore. I think it has a lower skill gap, but that's a completely different story. One of the main reasons hardcore is so great for experience is because the score per minute in these modes is typically higher than what you have in core. So when it comes to my personal score per minute, it sits right around 350 score per minute, and it drops significantly after that dark matter grind. So you can see what it is in that core game mode. It sits right at 366, and then when I actually go over to hardcore, you'll see that it's over 100 more score per minute. So I would encourage you to see the difference between these two numbers and stick with that game mode. If you want to go even further, you can actually go into team deathmatch and kill confirm, domination, search and destroy. Whichever one has your highest score per minute, that's going to be the best way for you to level up as quick as possible. And one of the best things you can do in general is make sure that you're playing in a small party. So that could either be 2 other players, 3 other players, or a full 6-man party. When you're playing hardcore game modes, if you're really looking to accelerate the amount of XP you get every match. And the next tip to level up and gain experience faster, I would highly recommend prestiging your weapons. And as you can see on screen, when you go ahead and prestige that weapon, you'll be able to have access to that clan tag or that kill counter. But the big thing is at the bottom where it says you will earn XP rewards again for each weapon level. And this again ties into hardcore because if you prestige the weapon, you're not going to have any attachments. So you're going to have tons of perks. But obviously in hardcore, most of the weapons are just going to be one shot to kill. So the attachments aren't all that important. And personally, I would save that for a double weapon XP weekend because at the end of the day, when you get that double weapon XP, you're going to level up those weapons a lot quicker. You'll gain that extra XP and it won't feel like you're playing 4 hours to level up one weapon. And on the topic of weapon leveling, the other thing you can do associated with weapon leveling is to go for that camo grind. So if you're going to do those headshots in hardcore, it can be a lot easier to just aim for the head. And then you kind of move through all those different technical challenges. And as you get gold, diamond, dark matter for the different weapons, you're going to get tons of experience. If you're really looking to maximize the amount of experience you get from leveling your weapon, here's another little tip, and it has to do with your sights. In case you guys didn't know, when you actually click on your sight, you can adjust the reticle by personalizing it by pressing that triangle or Y button, and you get additional XP for using different sights. See right here, you're going to get 2,500 for completing that naval challenge. I think that takes care of majority of the challenges with the weapons. Obviously, I've covered the camos, the sights, and leveling up and prestiging the weapon. Let's go ahead and move on to a few other different ways you can maximize that experience grind. And the next category we'll kind of focus on is doing challenges. In case you guys didn't know, they have a list of nearest to completion. If you kind of work through that list, you can go ahead and knock out a ton of experience. Some of them take a little bit longer than others, and there's certain ones that you can do really quickly. Just a matter of finding out what you play most and kind of capitalizing on which ones are easiest to complete. And another smart thing or strategic thing to do when it comes to completing these challenges is to sandbag the different challenges you complete or get them very close where you're only like 1 or 2 kills off or 1 or 2 ticks off. And then what you do is you wait till we get that double XP weekend and you just throw them all together and you just knock them out one by one because they're all so close. So you grind to get them very close and not complete them. But when that double XP comes, you go ahead and activate them, and instead of getting 5,000, you get 10. Instead of 10,000, you'll get 20. So let's get back to the main reason I'm playing hardcore kill confirmed. In case you guys didn't know, the scoring in hardcore kill confirmed is completely different than it is in core kill confirmed. So pretty much how the scoring works for traditional kill confirmed or core kill confirmed is that for every kill, you're going to get 50 score, and for every tag you pick up, you're going to get 50 score. The teammate grabs a tag, you'll go ahead and get additional 25 score as well. But when you play hardcore, the scoring is slightly different. For every kill, you'll get 100, and the rest of the other scoring remains the same. This means that if you play kill confirmed as if you were playing TDM and just focusing on kills and not picking up the tags, you'll actually get more score per match than you would if you went for the tags and ended the rounds early. So I mentioned this experience difference for a few different reasons. One, I just found out about it, so obviously I'm relaying that information. 2, in case you want to exploit it and take advantage of it by jumping into a lobby with a full 6-man party to get as many kills and level up as fast as possible. And the last reason I bring it up is so that you're not surprised when you play hardcore kill confirmed and you see people not picking up the tags. This is why they're focusing on getting kills, because they're focusing on that XP. So at this point in the video, I'm going to go ahead and transition to a gameplay breakdown. If you have enjoyed the video so far, please remember to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get this video over 500 likes. We're going ahead and giving you exactly what you clicked on, which is the best tips to level up as fast as possible. And if this is your first time to the channel and you've stuck around to this point in the video, you probably are enjoying the video. And just to give you a heads up about the content I normally make, it's all Call of Duty content related to news, in-game updates, best class setups, subscriber breakdowns, as well as other tip and trick videos on how to improve. So if any of that's the type of stuff you like to watch on a regular basis, make sure you subscribe and turn those notifications on by ringing that bell. So for today's gameplay breakdown, we're going to be playing a little bit of hardcore as we've seen in the entire gameplay so far. I am using one of my default GKS class setups that I use typically for core. So obviously this is not the ideal class setup, but I am showing you a few different things. You can see how I check the spawn. That's typically what hardcore is all about, kind of spawn killing, spawn trapping, and to have better reflexes than the players on the enemy team. So now that I kind of cleared through this particular home spawn, I'm kind of cycling through the other side, not sure if someone's going to be in here. A lot of times it's better to use this advanced movement as far as the jumping around corners, peeking, get the little extra health. So now I have 85 health, so when I do take damage, I'm going to be at a significant advantage. The person's going to think I'm dead with one shot, but in reality, it's probably going to take them 2, 3, or even 4 shots, depending on the weapon they're using. So some of the most valuable resources in hardcore are the minimap, and the use of the minimap is going to be given to you by using the UAV. The other part is the acoustic sensor. And the reason the acoustic sensor is so good in hardcore isn't even that sixth sense ability, because you don't have it most of the time. It's actually that ability to hear enemies much further than you would without that acoustic sensor equipped. Because a lot of those audio cues, you'll be able to predict where enemies are coming from. And as you practice and you have a headset and earbuds that are in there, at least can give you some directional information, makes it much easier to be able to pre-fire and get those easy kills. So right here, I'm really paying attention to the minimap, where the enemies are and where my teammates are pushing, trying to get an easy kill. I don't want to get an easy death. The guy ended up having a launcher. He pulled the trigger, even that explosive damage at that close a range. Even if he missed, odds are I was going to be dead. So very often, what I find very interesting about hardcore and the core dynamic is a lot of times if you play a lot of core and you get really good at core gameplay, you're going to be a lot better at hardcore. But it typically doesn't work the other way around. And I've seen a lot of people in my comment section saying that hardcore requires way more skill than core. But at the end of the day, the biggest fundamental in a first-person shooter is being able to land your shots. And the biggest complaint I see from the hardcore community is how many shots you actually have to land, because the time to kill in this game is a little bit longer than it would be in most Call of Duties. And although there's a lot of things you can debate when it comes to skill, there's one thing you cannot debate. It takes way more skill to land 6 shots than it does 1. And I think I've come to the point where it's kind of agree to disagree, because a lot of times hardcore players think they're better than core players, and then core players think they're better than hardcore players. At the end of the day, there's different skill gaps, but in my opinion, I think that core requires just that much more skill. Even if you do have a mini-map up at all times, that's not really the point of it. It's more that accuracy part of it, because I'm playing without a mini-map. I'm running around the map, getting multiple UAVs, positioning myself the right way, and I almost exclusively play core. So I'd love to know down in the comment section below, which mode do you prefer and why? And this is not to start a debate or anything like that. It's more to kind of find out what motivates you to play that specific mode. Is it faster time to kill? Is it that you find one mode easier than the other? Or is it the fact that pretty much you can use any weapon and get 1 to 2 shot kills? So from the gameplay so far in the background, you can see that I handled that room situation pretty well, and I'm starting to actually go on a streak. I do start rushing to the other side of the map. Knowing that we do have a mini map in the air, I can go ahead and approach this a little bit differently. A lot of times without that mini map, you kind of got to guess, play a little bit slower. So once I go ahead and get this extra ammo, I go ahead and come around the corner, kind of pre-aiming that, not sure if someone's going to come around there. I go ahead and grab the tag, and I'm basically focused on just firing. I'm not even trying to be super accurate, because a lot of times in hardcore, you don't need to be accurate. You just need to land that 1 to 2 shots. And a lot of times with hardcore, you can push the spawn, assuming that someone's going to be there. Go ahead and call in my streak, go ahead and take out one guy, and then now I know that there's still someone coming from that back spawn. I know they're coming around the other side, so I go ahead and run out, knowing that there's people in this area, peek it, get a couple easy kills. You're going to see I get that first guy, come around the corner. I do have some map awareness in the air with this UAV, and based off my teammates' positioning, I'm assuming that there's more enemies in the spawn. Easy little 3-piece, didn't have to take much effort. And personally, that's one of the things I'm not really a fan of in hardcore. It's almost too easy, just shooting people out of spawn. They're not really expecting it. They're not prepared for it. You're able to take them out without actually having any gunfight. That's probably one of the main reasons I avoid doing content related to hardcore on the channel, just because I don't really have much fun doing it. Not that I can do it, because it's relatively easy with the lower skill gap. It's just more of one of those things that at the end of the day, But I have a lot of fun just shooting people in spawns over and over again. I think if I was a gameplay channel where I was trying to get as many nuclears as possible, this is probably the type of stuff I would do, just spawn trap with the full 6-man party. But then I wouldn't be doing anything to help myself get better or anyone watching these videos to get better, so I stick to core game modes, and hopefully you guys understand that from my perspective. If you did enjoy the video or found any of the tips helpful, please hit that like button. Let's get this video over 500 likes ASAP. And then also, if you're brand new to the channel and you stuck around to this part through the gameplay, you should probably subscribe and turn those notifications on. See you guys on the next one. Appreciate the support. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.